Black kid saves old man from heart attack. 24 hours later his life changed forever. Jamal Walker, a slender 12-year-old with eyes that held the wisdom of 1,000 unspoken stories, moved through the bustling city streets with a quiet grace, a learned ability to blend into the background, to become a shadow amidst the vibrant tapestry of urban life. He was a product of the foster care system, a system that shuffled him between homes and schools like a forgotten playing card, leaving him with a deep-seated sense of impermanence, a constant awareness of the fleeting nature of connections, the ever-shifting landscape of his surroundings. Life had taught him to be cautious, to keep his head down, his expectations low, his emotions guarded. He had learned to adapt, to navigate the complexities of different homes, different families, different rules, different expectations. He had become a master of observation, a silent observer of human interactions, his keen eyes absorbing the nuances of behavior, the subtle cues that revealed the underlying currents of emotions and intentions. Despite the hardships he had endured, the constant shifting of his world, the lack of a stable home and a consistent family, a flicker of hope still burned within him, a stubborn refusal to let the world extinguish his spirit. He clung to the belief that kindness mattered, that even small acts of generosity could make a difference, that even in the midst of darkness, there was light to be found. He carried within him a deep-seated yearning for belonging, a desire to be seen, to be valued, to be loved unconditionally. But years of disappointment, of fleeting connections and broken promises, had taught him to suppress these yearnings, to bury them deep within his heart, to protect himself from the pain of unfulfilled expectations. One crisp autumn afternoon, Jamal was walking home from school, his worn backpack slung over his shoulder, its weight a familiar burden, its contents a testament to his academic aspirations. He navigated the crowded sidewalks, his senses bombarded by the sights, sounds, and smells of the city. The honking of cars, the chatter of pedestrians, the aroma of street food, all blended into a symphony of urban life, a backdrop to Jamal's quiet journey. His mind was preoccupied with the upcoming history test, the dates and names swirling in his head, a jumbled mix of historical figures and events. He had always been drawn to history, to the stories of the past, the struggles and triumphs of those who had come before him. He found solace in the patterns of history, the recurring themes of conflict and resolution, the enduring human spirit that shone through the darkness of past events. But beneath the academic anxieties, a deeper hunger gnawed at him, the emptiness in his stomach a constant reminder of the meager meals that awaited him at his current foster home. He had learned to adapt to different diets, different mealtimes, different levels of culinary care. But the hunger was always there, a persistent reminder of his precarious situation, his dependence on the kindness of strangers, the uncertainty of his future. As he walked through a small park, a haven of green amidst the concrete jungle, his eyes were drawn to an elderly man slumped on a park bench, his face pale and contorted in pain, his body trembling with a silent distress. Jamal, his heart tugging with empathy, his own experiences of hardship resonating with the man's visible suffering, hesitated for a moment, his mind battling the ingrained habit of invisibility, the learned behavior of self-preservation. But then, something within him shifted, a spark of compassion igniting his spirit, pushing him to act, to defy the ingrained patterns of self-doubt and fear. He remembered the countless hours spent watching medical dramas with his foster parents, the dramatic scenes of life-saving interventions, the heroic actions of doctors and nurses battling against the odds. He recalled the basic principles of CPR, the rhythmic compressions, the rescue breaths, the desperate fight to restore life to a failing heart. He rushed to the man's side, his heart pounding with a mixture of fear and concern, his mind racing with a mix of knowledge and uncertainty. He knelt beside the man, his slender frame a stark contrast to the man's slumped figure, his youthful energy a beacon of hope in the face of the man's fading vitality. With trembling hands, Jamal checked the man's pulse, his fingers searching for the faint rhythm of life beneath the man's wrinkled skin. The pulse was weak, erratic, a fluttering beat that threatened to fade away at any moment. Jamal's heart pounded in his chest, his own anxiety mirroring the man's struggle for life. He knew he had to act fast, that every second counted, that the man's life hung in the balance. He reached for his phone, his fingers fumbling with the buttons, his mind racing with the instructions he had learned in school. The emergency procedures that had been drilled into him through countless safety videos and public service announcements. He dialed 911, his voice surprisingly steady as he relayed the situation to the dispatcher, his words carrying a sense of urgency and a desperate plea for help. He then began performing CPR, his movements guided by the memories of those medical dramas. The rhythmic compressions a desperate attempt to restart the man's heart. The rescue breaths a desperate plea for life to return to the man's lifeless body. He pushed aside the doubts, the fears, the uncertainties, focusing on the task at hand, his actions fueled by a mix of adrenaline and a deep-seated compassion for the suffering man before him. The minutes ticked by agonizingly slowly, each second stretching into an eternity. As Jamal continued his efforts, his chest burning with exertion, his arms aching with the repetitive motions, he felt the weight of responsibility pressing down on him, the man's life literally in his hands. He fought against the fatigue, the doubts, the whispers of despair that threatened to overwhelm him. Just as he was about to give up, his strength waning, his hope fading, the man's eyes fluttered open, a flicker of recognition replacing the initial confusion, a spark of life returning to his gaze. Jamal's heart soared with relief, his efforts rewarded, his actions validated. He had saved a life, his small act of courage and compassion defying the limitations imposed by his age and background. The ambulance arrived moments later, its sirens wailing a symphony of urgency, its flashing lights cutting through the quiet serenity of the park. The paramedics, their movements practiced and efficient, took over, their equipment and expertise replacing Jamal's desperate efforts. They assessed the man's condition, their voices calm and reassuring, their actions a testament to their training and experience. Jamal watched as they loaded the man into the ambulance, his heart filled with a mix of relief and pride. He had done something extraordinary, something that transcended his everyday experiences, something that defied the expectations and limitations that society often imposed on young people, especially those who had grown up in the foster care system. He had stepped outside the shadows, had defied the ingrained habit of invisibility, had acted with courage and compassion, and had made a difference in the world. He had saved a life, and in doing so, he had discovered a strength within himself that he had never known before. The following day, as Jamal was sitting in his foster home, his mind still replaying the events of the previous day, the image of the man's face, the feel of his frail body beneath his hands, the sound of the ambulance sirens, a knock on the door disrupted the quiet routine of the afternoon. He answered the door, his heart pounding with a mix of curiosity and apprehension, his mind racing with possibilities. Standing on the doorstep was a well-dressed woman, her face etched with a mix of gratitude and admiration, her eyes sparkling with a warmth that disarmed Jamal's usual caution. She introduced herself as Mrs. van der Linde, the wife of the man Jamal had saved, her voice carrying a hint of emotion, her words laced with a deep appreciation for his actions. She stepped into the modest living room, her presence filling the space with an air of elegance and refinement that contrasted with the worn furniture and faded decor. She sat down on the sofa, her posture graceful, her movements deliberate, her every gesture radiating a sense of composure and authority. Jamal sat opposite her, his hands clasped nervously in his lap, his eyes wide with a mix of curiosity and apprehension. He had never interacted with someone like Mrs. van der Linde before, someone who exuded such an aura of wealth and influence, someone who belonged to a world that seemed far removed from his own. Mrs. van der Linde began to speak, her voice soft and melodic, her words carrying the weight of a life saved. She expressed her heartfelt thanks, her gratitude overflowing, her emotions palpable in every syllable. She spoke of her husband, Mr. van der Linde, a prominent businessman, a pillar of the community, a man whose life had been hanging in the balance, a life that Jamal had saved with his quick thinking and courageous actions. She described her husband's initial confusion upon waking up in the hospital, his disorientation gradually replaced by a profound sense of gratitude and admiration for the young boy who had saved his life. She spoke of his desire to meet Jamal, to express his thanks in person, to acknowledge the extraordinary act of kindness that had given him a second chance at life. But Mrs. van der Linde also revealed something that would change the course of Jamal's life, a revelation that would open doors to a world he had never dared to dream of. She spoke of her husband's deep impression of Jamal, his admiration for his quick thinking, his courage, his compassion. She described Mr. van der Linde's recognition of Jamal's potential, his belief that this young boy, despite his circumstances, possessed qualities that could lead him to greatness. And then, she unveiled the life-changing offer that her husband had extended to Jamal. A full scholarship to a prestigious private school, a chance to escape the confines of the foster system and pursue his academic aspirations in an environment that would nurture his talents and challenge him to reach his full potential. She spoke of the school's reputation for academic excellence, its commitment to fostering intellectual curiosity and personal growth, its track record of producing graduates who went on to make significant contributions to society. Jamal listened, his mind reeling with possibilities, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and disbelief. He had always dreamed of attending a good school, of escaping the limitations that had defined his life, of having access to the resources and opportunities that would allow him to pursue his academic passions. But he had never dared to believe that such a dream could become a reality. He had grown accustomed to the limitations of the foster care system, the underfunded schools, the overcrowded classrooms, the lack of individual attention and support. He had learned to make the most of his circumstances, to seek out knowledge wherever he could find it, to nurture his intellectual curiosity through books and documentaries, to rely on his own resourcefulness and determination to overcome the obstacles in his path. But the prospect of attending a prestigious private school, with its state-of-the-art facilities, its dedicated teachers, its challenging curriculum, was a dream come true, a chance to escape the limitations that had held him back, to soar to new heights, to fulfill his potential. He thanked Mrs. van der Linde, his voice trembling with emotion, his eyes filled with a mix of gratitude and apprehension. He recognized the magnitude of the offer, the life-changing opportunity that had been presented to him. But he also felt a sense of uncertainty, a fear of the unknown, a reluctance to leave the familiar comfort of his foster home, the only stability he had known for the past few years. He confided in his foster parents, sharing the news of Mr. van der Linde's offer, his voice filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. They listened, their faces etched with a mix of joy and apprehension, their hearts filled with a mix of pride and sadness. They recognized the opportunity that had been presented to Jamal, the chance for a brighter future, a chance to escape the limitations of the foster care system. But they also felt a sense of loss, the prospect of losing a member of their family, a boy who had become a part of their lives, who had brought joy and laughter into their home. They encouraged him to accept the offer, their voices filled with a mix of encouragement and resignation, their words a testament to their love and support for Jamal. They recognized that this was his chance to break free from the cycle of instability and uncertainty that had defined his life, to forge his own path, to create a future filled with possibilities. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, Jamal accepted Mr. van der Linde's offer, his heart filled with gratitude for the life-changing opportunity, his mind buzzing with anticipation for the challenges and adventures that lay ahead. He knew that leaving the familiar comfort of his foster home would be challenging, that adapting to a new environment, a new school, a new social circle, would require courage and resilience. But he was determined to make the most of this opportunity, to honor the kindness and generosity that had been extended to him, to fulfill the potential that Mr. van der Linde had recognized within him. Jamal's decision to accept Mr. van der Linde's offer marked a turning point in his life, a step towards a future filled with possibilities and challenges. He embarked on his new journey with a mix of excitement and apprehension, his heart filled with gratitude for the opportunity, his mind buzzing with anticipation for the unknown. He said goodbye to his foster family, his voice trembling with emotion as he expressed his gratitude for their love and support, his heart heavy with the sadness of parting. He promised to stay in touch, to visit them whenever he could, to maintain the bonds of affection that had been forged during their time together. He stepped into the unfamiliar world of the prestigious private school, his eyes wide with wonder, his senses bombarded by the grandeur of the architecture, the pristine classrooms, the state-of-the-art facilities. He felt a mix of awe and intimidation, his own background a stark contrast to the privileged lives of his new classmates. He navigated the social landscape with a mix of curiosity and caution, his quiet demeanor and reserved nature setting him apart from the confident and outgoing students who seemed to effortlessly navigate the social hierarchy. He observed their interactions, their conversations, their unspoken codes of conduct, his mind absorbing the nuances of this new environment. He immersed himself in his studies, his intellectual curiosity ignited by the challenging curriculum, the passionate teachers, the stimulating discussions. He devoured books with a newfound thirst for knowledge, his mind expanding, his understanding of the world deepening. He participated in class discussions with a newfound confidence, his voice, once hesitant and soft-spoken, now ringing with clarity and conviction. He embraced the extracurricular activities, exploring new interests, discovering hidden talents, pushing himself beyond his comfort zone. He joined the debate team, drawn to the intellectual sparring, the opportunity to express his ideas and challenge opposing viewpoints. He discovered a passion for music, his fingers finding a natural rhythm on the piano keys, his voice soaring with a newfound confidence. He also sought out opportunities to serve others, his compassion extending beyond the walls of the school, reaching into the lives of those less fortunate. He volunteered at a local soup kitchen, his empathy for those struggling with poverty and homelessness deepening as he witnessed their resilience and their struggles. He organized a book drive for a local children's shelter, collecting books from his school and his neighborhood, his efforts bringing joy and knowledge to those who had little access to either. He faced challenges, moments of self-doubt, whispers of negativity from those who couldn't understand his journey, his transformation, his presence in their privileged world. But he persevered, his determination fueled by a desire to prove himself, to honor the opportunity that had been given to him, to fulfill the potential that Mr. van der Linde had recognized within him. And through it all, he maintained his connection with Mrs. van der Linde, their bond deepening as he navigated the complexities of his new life, the challenges of adolescence, the pressures of his academic pursuits. She became his mentor, his confidant, his champion, her belief in him unwavering, her support a constant source of strength. Meanwhile, Mrs. van der Linde, touched by Jamal's kindness, his resilience, his quiet determination, found herself increasingly drawn to the young man who had saved her husband's life. She had initially approached him with a sense of gratitude and a desire to repay his kindness, but as she got to know him, she discovered a kindred spirit, a young person with a thirst for knowledge, a compassionate heart, and a quiet strength that resonated with her own experiences. She had lived a life of privilege and opportunity, but she had also known loss and hardship. She had lost her parents at a young age, had been raised by her grandparents, had faced the challenges of navigating a world that often judged her based on her gender and her social status. She had learned to be resilient, to rely on her intellect and her determination to overcome obstacles, to forge her own path in a world that often tried to define her. She felt a deep connection to him, a sense of responsibility to nurture his potential, to guide him on his journey, to offer him the opportunities that she herself had been fortunate enough to receive. She became a mentor to Jamal, offering him guidance and support, sharing her wisdom and experience, helping him navigate the complexities of his new life at the prestigious school. She introduced him to a world of art, culture, and intellectual stimulation, taking him to museums, art galleries, and concerts, broadening his horizons and igniting his passion for learning. She also became a confidant, a source of unwavering support and encouragement as Jamal grappled with the challenges of adapting to a new environment, a new social circle, a new set of expectations. She listened to his anxieties and aspirations, his fears and dreams, offering him a safe space to express his emotions, to share his vulnerabilities, to seek guidance and reassurance. She nurtured his intellectual curiosity, encouraging him to explore his interests, to challenge himself academically, to pursue his passions with dedication and enthusiasm. She introduced him to influential people, successful professionals who had overcome challenges and achieved their dreams, inspiring Jamal to dream bigger, to believe in his own potential. She became a constant presence in his life, a source of stability and support, her belief in him unwavering, her encouragement a constant source of strength. She celebrated his achievements, no matter how small, her pride in his progress evident in her every word and gesture. She offered him guidance and advice, not as directives or commands, but as gentle suggestions, empowering him to make his own choices, to navigate his own path, to discover his own voice. Jamal, in turn, found in Mrs. van der Linde a surrogate grandmother, a source of unconditional love and support that he had never experienced before. He confided in her his anxieties and aspirations, his fears and dreams, his vulnerabilities and his triumphs. He shared with her the stories of his past, the challenges he had faced in the foster care system, the longing for a sense of belonging, the yearning for a stable and loving family. He cherished their shared meals, their visits to museums and libraries, their conversations about life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. He found comfort in her presence, her wisdom and experience a guiding light in his journey of self-discovery. He valued her advice, her encouragement, her unwavering belief in his potential. Their relationship blossomed into a deep and meaningful bond, transcending the boundaries of age and social status. They shared a mutual respect and understanding, their connection fueled by a shared desire to make a positive impact on the world, to learn and grow, to support and inspire each other. Mrs. van der Linde saw in Jamal a reflection of her younger self, a young person with a kind heart and a thirst for knowledge, yearning for guidance and opportunity. She found fulfillment in nurturing his potential, in witnessing his growth and transformation, in sharing her knowledge and experiences with him. Jamal, in turn, found in Mrs. van der Linde a surrogate grandmother, a source of unconditional love and support, a mentor who believed in him, who challenged him to grow, who guided him on his journey. He found a sense of belonging, a connection that transcended the limitations of his past, a relationship that filled the void in his heart. Their bond, forged through shared experiences, mutual respect, and a deep affection, became a testament to the power of human connection, a beacon of hope in a world that often felt divided and indifferent. They were an unlikely pair, a young black boy from the foster care system and an elderly white woman from a world of privilege and opportunity. But their connection defied social barriers, their relationship a testament to the power of empathy, compassion, and the shared human experience. One evening, as Jamal was preparing for a school debate competition, his mind focused on the arguments he would present, the rebuttals he would anticipate, the strategies he would employ. A phone call disrupted his concentration. The voice on the other end of the line carried a tone of urgency, a hint of sadness, a message that would shatter the fragile peace that Jamal had found. It was Mrs. van der Linde's lawyer, informing him that Mr. van der Linde had passed away suddenly, his heart succumbing to the strain of his recent health scare. Jamal's heart sank, a wave of grief washing over him, his mind reeling with the suddenness of the loss, the finality of death. He had grown fond of Mr. van der Linde, the man who had offered him a life-changing opportunity, the man who had believed in his potential, the man who had welcomed him into his home, his family. He had admired Mr. van der Linde's intelligence, his business acumen, his quiet strength, his dedication to his family. He had cherished their conversations, their shared meals, their moments of connection. He mourned the loss of a mentor, a father figure, a man who had seen something special in him, who had given him a chance to escape the limitations of his past, to create a future filled with possibilities. He felt a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunity that Mr. van der Linde had given him, the scholarship that had opened doors to a world he had never dared to dream of. He attended the funeral, his heart heavy with grief, his mind filled with memories of Mr. van der Linde's kindness, his generosity, his unwavering belief in Jamal's potential. He watched as Mrs. van der Linde, her face etched with sorrow, her eyes filled with a deep sadness, said goodbye to her husband, her companion, her partner in life. He offered his condolences, his words inadequate to express the depth of his emotions, his presence a silent testament to the impact that Mr. van der Linde had had on his life. He felt a sense of responsibility to honor Mr. Van der Lin's legacy, to fulfill the potential that he had seen in Jamal, to make the most of the opportunity that he had been given. In the days following the funeral, as Jamal struggled to come to terms with his grief, to navigate the complexities of his emotions, Mrs. Van der Lin shared with him a revelation that would once again change the course of his life. She revealed that Mr. Van der Lin had left a will, a testament to his wishes for the future, a document that would have a profound impact on Jamal's life. She explained that Mr. Van der Lin, recognizing Jamal's potential, his kindness, his resilience, had bequeathed a significant portion of his fortune to him, a gesture of extraordinary generosity, a testament to his belief in Jamal's ability to make a positive impact on the world. He had entrusted Jamal with a legacy, a responsibility to use his newfound wealth and privilege to create a better future for himself and for others. Jamal was overwhelmed by the news, his mind reeling with the magnitude of Mr. Van der Lin's generosity, his heart filled with a mix of gratitude and responsibility. He had never imagined such wealth, such privilege, such an opportunity to shape his own destiny and to make a difference in the world. He recognized the weight of this responsibility, the expectations that came with such a gift. He vowed to honor Mr. Van der Lin's legacy, to use his newfound resources wisely, to pursue his education with dedication, to continue his volunteer work with passion, to make a positive impact on the world, to be a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. Jamal's newfound wealth and privilege, a testament to Mr. Van der Lin's generosity and belief in his potential, brought with it a new set of challenges, a complex landscape of expectations, scrutiny, and prejudice. The whispers and rumors began to circulate, fueled by jealousy and ignorance, the discomfort that some felt at seeing a young black boy suddenly elevated to a position of wealth and influence. Some questioned Mrs. Van der Lin's motives, their suspicions rooted in stereotypes and assumptions about race and class. They accused her of manipulating Jamal for her own gain, of using him as a pawn in her own schemes, of exploiting his vulnerability for her own benefit. They painted a picture of a calculating woman, using her wealth and influence to control a young boy's life, to mold him into her own image, to exploit his potential for her own gain. Others accused Jamal of using Mrs. Van der Lin for her money and influence, of taking advantage of her kindness and generosity, of seeking to gain access to her social circles and financial resources. They portrayed him as an opportunist, a manipulator, a young man who had used his charm and his tragic story to gain the favor of a wealthy woman, to secure his own financial future. These doubts and suspicions, fueled by prejudice and ignorance, threatened to undermine Jamal's accomplishments, to tarnish his reputation, to cast a shadow over the genuine connection he had forged with Mrs. Van der Lin. He struggled with the injustice of these accusations, the pain of being judged based on stereotypes and assumptions, the frustration of having his genuine connection with Mrs. Van der Lin tainted by the negativity of others. He felt a surge of anger, a desire to lash out, to defend himself and his relationship with Mrs. Van der Lin. He wanted to confront his accusers, to challenge their prejudices, to prove them wrong with the force of his words and the conviction of his actions. But he also recognized the futility of fighting against ignorance with anger. He realized that his actions, his achievements, his character would speak louder than any words he could utter. He decided to channel his frustration into positive action, to prove his detractors wrong through his continued dedication to his education, his volunteer work, his mentorship of others. He remained focused on his studies, his grades a testament to his intellectual curiosity and his determination to excel. He continued to participate in extracurricular activities, his talents blossoming, his leadership qualities emerging. He expanded his volunteer work, his compassion extending beyond the walls of the soup kitchen, reaching into the lives of those less fortunate. He mentored younger foster children, sharing his story, offering guidance and support, his experiences a beacon of hope, his words a source of encouragement. He organized community events, bringing together people from different backgrounds, fostering understanding and connection, his efforts creating a ripple effect of positive change. He also addressed the rumors directly, speaking openly about his relationship with Mrs. van der Linde in interviews with local media, his words carrying a message of hope, resilience, and the power of human connection to transcend social and racial barriers. He emphasized the transformative power of mentorship, the importance of cross-generational connections, and the value of learning from those with different experiences and perspectives. He shared his story, his journey from a shy and invisible boy to a confident and compassionate young man, highlighting the positive impact that Mrs. van der Linde's mentorship had had on his life. He spoke of her belief in him, her encouragement, her guidance, and her unwavering support, painting a picture of a relationship built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared desire to make a difference in the world. He challenged the stereotypes and assumptions that fueled the rumors, his words a powerful testament to the importance of judging individuals based on their character and actions, not on their race, age, or social status. He called for understanding and acceptance, urging people to look beyond superficial differences and recognize the shared humanity that connected them all. His words resonated with many, his story inspiring others to challenge their own prejudices and to embrace the power of human connection. He became a symbol of hope, a testament to the transformative power of mentorship and the resilience of the human spirit. And through it all, he maintained his close relationship with Mrs. van der Linde, their bond strengthened by the shared challenges they faced, the adversity they overcame together. Their connection deepened, their mutual respect and affection growing stronger with each passing day. He supported her through her grief, his presence a source of comfort and strength as she navigated the complexities of her emotions, the challenges of adjusting to life without her husband. He offered her companionship, a listening ear, a shoulder to lean on, his kindness and compassion a balm to her wounded spirit. He also continued to excel in school, his grades remaining high, his involvement in extracurricular activities expanding. He became a role model for his peers, his teachers recognizing his leadership qualities, his classmates admiring his intelligence and his dedication to his studies. He expanded his volunteer work, his compassion extending beyond the walls of the soup kitchen, reaching into the lives of those less fortunate. He mentored younger foster children, sharing his story, offering guidance and support, his experiences a beacon of hope, his words a source of encouragement. He organized community events, bringing together people from different backgrounds, fostering understanding and connection, his efforts creating a ripple effect of positive change. He embraced his newfound wealth and privilege, using his resources wisely, investing in his education, supporting his foster family, contributing to charitable causes that resonated with his values. He recognized the responsibility that came with his inheritance, the opportunity to make a difference in the world, to use his resources to create a better future for himself and for others. He remained grounded, his values firmly rooted in the lessons he had learned through his experiences in the foster care system, his encounters with kindness and prejudice, his relationship with Mrs. van der Linde. He understood that true wealth lay not in material possessions, but in the richness of human connection, the power of compassion, the pursuit of knowledge, and the dedication to making a positive impact on the world. One day, as Jamal was visiting Mrs. van der Linde at her home, a grand estate filled with antiques and artwork, a testament to her family's history and her own refined taste, he received a letter that would once again change the course of his life. It was a letter from a prestigious university, a renowned institution of higher learning, offering him a full scholarship to pursue his dream of studying medicine. Jamal, his heart soaring with excitement, his mind buzzing with possibilities, read the letter with a mix of disbelief and gratitude. He had always been fascinated by the human body, the intricacies of its workings, the mysteries of its ailments, the power of medicine to heal and restore. He had dreamed of becoming a doctor, of using his knowledge and compassion to alleviate suffering, to improve the lives of others, to make a tangible difference in the world. He had worked diligently towards this goal, his academic achievements a testament to his dedication and his intellectual curiosity. He had volunteered at hospitals and clinics, observing the interactions between doctors and patients, the compassion and expertise that guided their actions. He had devoured medical textbooks and journals, his thirst for knowledge insatiable, his mind absorbing the complexities of human anatomy and physiology. And now, his dream was within reach, the opportunity to pursue his passion, to dedicate his life to the service of others, to become a healer, a beacon of hope in the face of illness and suffering. He felt a surge of gratitude for the opportunities that had been bestowed upon him, the kindness and support that had guided him on his journey. He shared the news with Mrs. van der Linde, his voice filled with excitement, his eyes sparkling with joy. She listened, her heart swelling with pride, her face beaming with a mix of happiness and maternal affection. She had witnessed his transformation, his growth, his unwavering dedication to his goals, and she knew that he would make the most of this opportunity, that he would become an extraordinary doctor, a compassionate healer, a force for good in the world. She encouraged him to accept the offer, her words filled with unwavering support, her belief in his potential a constant source of strength. She assured him that she would continue to be there for him, to offer guidance and support, to celebrate his achievements, to be a constant presence in his life. Jamal, his heart filled with gratitude and determination, accepted the offer, embarking on a new chapter in his life, a journey towards fulfilling his dreams, a path that would lead him to the forefront of medical science, to the bedside of those in need, to the heart of human compassion. He continued to excel in his studies, his academic achievements a testament to his intellectual curiosity and his unwavering dedication. He immersed himself in the world of medicine, his mind absorbing the complexities of human anatomy, physiology, and pathology. He embraced the challenges of medical school, his determination fueled by a desire to make a difference in the world, to alleviate suffering, to heal the sick, to restore hope. Jamal's journey had been one of transformation and growth, a testament to the power of kindness, resilience, and the transformative power of human connection. He had blossomed from a shy and unassuming boy, navigating the uncertainties of the foster care system, into a confident and compassionate young man, his voice ringing with conviction, his actions reflecting his values, his presence illuminating the lives of those around him. He reflected on the series of events that had led him to this point, the seemingly insignificant act of kindness on the park bench, the life-altering encounter with Mr. and Mrs. van der Linde, the challenges he had overcome, the relationships he had forged. He recognized the interconnectedness of his experiences, the way each event had shaped his path, leading him to where he was now, a medical student on the cusp of fulfilling his dreams. He acknowledged the profound impact that Mr. and Mrs. van der Linde had had on his life, their belief in him igniting his own potential, their mentorship guiding him through life's complexities, their love and support providing him with the stability and belonging he had craved. He cherished the memories of their conversations, their shared experiences, their unwavering belief in his abilities. He also recognized the role that his foster parents, his teachers, and his friends had played in his development, their support and encouragement contributing to his growth and resilience. He understood that his journey had been a collective effort, a testament to the power of human connection and the importance of community. He appreciated the power of empathy, of seeing beyond outward appearances, of recognizing the shared humanity that connected him to others, regardless of their age, race, or social status. He understood that Mr. van der Linde had seen him, truly seen him, not as a stereotype or a statistic, but as an individual with potential and worth. He valued the power of mentorship, the guidance and support that had helped him navigate the challenges of adolescence and the complexities of life. He recognized that Mrs. van der Linde's belief in him had ignited his own self-belief, her encouragement fueling his determination to succeed. He acknowledged the importance of resilience, of persevering through adversity, of refusing to let challenges define him. He understood that his journey through the foster system, though filled with hardships, had also instilled in him a strength and determination that would serve him well in the future. He embraced his newfound identity, not just as a van der Linde, but as a young man with a purpose, a voice, and a responsibility to make a difference in the world. He carried the lessons he had learned with him, his heart filled with gratitude, his spirit fueled by hope, his future illuminated by the kindness of others and his own unwavering determination. He continued to volunteer his time, his compassion extending beyond the walls of the hospital, reaching into the lives of those less fortunate. He mentored younger foster children, sharing his story, offering guidance and support, his experiences a beacon of hope, his words a source of encouragement. He organized community events, bringing together people from different backgrounds, fostering understanding and connection, his efforts creating a ripple effect of positive change. He embraced his newfound wealth and privilege, using his resources wisely, investing in his education, supporting his foster family, contributing to charitable causes that resonated with his values. He recognized the responsibility that came with his inheritance, the opportunity to make a difference in the world, to use his resources to create a better future for himself and for others. He remained grounded, his values firmly rooted in the lessons he had learned through his experiences in the foster care system, his encounters with kindness and prejudice, his relationship with Mrs. van der Linde. He understood that true wealth lay not in material possessions, but in the richness of human connection, the power of compassion, the pursuit of knowledge. Jamal's story is a testament to the transformative power of kindness, the ripple effect of a single act of compassion, and the enduring power of human connection. It began with a simple act of courage, a young boy stepping outside his comfort zone to help a stranger in need. This act of kindness set in motion a chain of events that would forever alter the course of his life, leading him from the uncertainties of the foster care system to the prestigious halls of a private school and ultimately to the pursuit of his dream of becoming a doctor. His journey highlights the importance of seeing beyond stereotypes, of recognizing the potential within each individual, regardless of their background or circumstances. Mr. van der Linde saw in Jamal a spark of potential, a kindness and intelligence that transcended his social status and his experiences in the foster care system. This belief in Jamal's potential, coupled with the opportunity of a scholarship, opened doors to a world that Jamal had never dared to dream of. Jamal's story underscores the profound impact that mentorship and support can have on a young person's life, the power of belief and encouragement to ignite potential and inspire hope. Mrs. van der Linde's guidance and support, her unwavering belief in Jamal's abilities, nurtured his growth and transformation, helping him navigate the challenges of his new life and pursue his dreams with confidence and determination. His experience also serves as a reminder that even small acts of kindness can have a profound impact, setting in motion a chain of events that can change lives forever. Jamal's simple act of helping a stranger in need led to a life-changing opportunity, a testament to the ripple effect of compassion and the interconnectedness of human lives. Jamal's story is a celebration of the human spirit, the resilience of the human heart, and the transformative power of kindness and connection. It is a story that inspires hope, encourages empathy, and reminds us that even in a world that often feels divided and indifferent, the power of human connection can illuminate the path towards a brighter future. It is a story that reminds us that we all have the potential to make a difference, to be a source of hope and inspiration for others, and to create a world where kindness, compassion, and opportunity are not limited by social barriers or circumstances. Jamal's journey is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to overcome adversity, to achieve greatness, and to make a positive impact on the world, one act of kindness at a time.